blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Welcome to the Soup Bowl Podcast, where we stir up hearty conversations in a broth seasoned with positivity, growth, God-fearing ideas, and happy mistakes. From culture to creativity, comfort to controversy, nothing's off the menu. Grab a spoon and get a scoop.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another serving of the Soup Bowl. Yes, today's guest is a brother, man, I got a lot of respect for, who's actually blessed my career, helped me out, and I still lean on him to this day for wisdom, guidance, and he's constantly correcting my vocabulary.
What?
My brother, man, yeah. But before we bring him in, I just want to encourage y'all to, subscribe to the channel. Because when you subscribe to the channel, it helps me, get it going. You know what I'm saying? And hit that link. Hit that bell. Subscribe to the channel. And you know how the algorithm works, man. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to jump right in with my brother, Sojourn. Ladies and gentlemen, Sojourn in the place to be.
Salute, 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 salute. Peace, peace, peace.
My brother, man.
Thank you, Soup. I appreciate that, man. Wow, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, man, because I know, as we get into this, man, you're a busy cat, man. You got a lot going on, brother.
Thankfully, yes. That's
that, right?
Blessed to be busy and working.
That's right.
In Southern California as a professional musician, so I'm grateful. You know what I mean?
So, man, we speaking to the world, man, who may not know who the heck you are. So let's just start this off right. Sojourn, the meaning of the name.
The meaning of the name Sojourn is to stay or dwell in a place temporarily, a temporary stay.
That's exactly
I chose that name. Yeah, I chose that name for a couple of reasons. One was, Sojourner Truth, obviously. Not obviously. One, I picked it from Sojourner Truth. And the other was I saw in biblical text, the writer Apostle Paul was saying, calling people human sojourners or sojourners. And I thought that was a fresh way of looking at humanity and again, the way that we view ourselves. So some people of us who have like a certain worldview that align with how I want to, present my art and present like just myself to the world. So those are the two reasons why I selected the name Sojourn. I used to go by, fun fact, as a homie, I used to go by Triune up until about 91. And then, invariably you change artist names or rap names,
Right.
And I changed it to Sojourn around 91, 92. And that was around the time when I met my crew, Future Shot.
Dope. So,
yeah.
Where are you from, man? Where are you actually from?
Okay, so originally I was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay. Born in Michigan. My folks, born there. My mom and pop split up. I ended up moving to California. Well, I stayed with my grandmother in different parts of Michigan, and then moved to California, LA area. And then my mom remarried, and then I was a military brat, for real.
Oh, word? Military brat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, my dad was in the Army, and then my stepdad was in the Marine Corps. So from there, from Cali to Oahu for like 3.5 years. And so I was like in elementary school and some middle school.
Do you remember it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I still have like relationships with some of the people to this day from that time. Mostly people that like were involved in hip hop just because, and you being on base, you kind of form relationships with different people, like whomever you're running around with. And yeah, there's an MC that's in San Diego now to this day that he and I like, we chat, you know what I'm saying, text and DM and all that stuff. We've been on songs together. Um, so yeah, it's cool. It's super cool.
All right.
Shout out to Apoetic.
Poetic. Shout out,
Yeah,
brother.
sir.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good setup for my next question, brother. So my next question is, when did you write your first rhyme?
1988.
1988.
What?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you rap?
1988. It was a school rap. I remember parts of it. Because it was a thing that was like, it was about being in the assembly, right?
Mhm.
So I was name dropping faculty members and people in the school that were cool to me and to like my friends at the time. And I just remember something about the principal was Ching and the vice principal was Estemago. And I figured out a way to something wherever I go, the principal was Ching, the vice was Estemago, something like that. You know what I mean? I remember that part of it because had to do with the rhyme pattern, but the rhyme scheme rather. But that was one. Yeah, because I started, okay, another fun fact, I started as a beatbox. And it would be a thing where we'd be in a cipher and I'd be beatboxing and the cats would be, reciting their bars or freestyling. And it was a thing of like, I would see what people were reacting to. And I got to a point where I was like, that's not that fresh. Like I could write something iller than that. And
Right.
so
That's what
started it.
That's what
Yeah.
brung the love about.
Yeah, for sure.
So to piggyback on that, man, you're what I would call vocabularian.
Man, you're serious up in here.
Wow, that's a new one. A vocabularian. Okay, that sounds like an
Vocabularian,
alien race.
you're
I like it. I'll take it though.
Yeah, you're a wordsmith, man. You're very articulate.
Thank you, bro.
And the way you put, the way you use your words and the way you process and the way you put it out there, it's intriguing and it's deep to me. And I want to know,
Excellent.
is that something that started in hip hop or because of hip hop? Meaning, was it something that was going on before you got into hip hop? Were you always this wordsmith, or did it take on
It started. I'll go ahead. I'll let you finish the question, but I think I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, did it start once you got into hip hop?
I think it accelerated once I got into hip hop. It started before I got into hip hop, though. I was always an individual that was in love with words and how they sounded together. To kind of give you an idea, like in the kind of the church that I was raised in, Emmanuel Community Church, back in what was it, South Haven, Michigan. Anyhow, one of the things that I had to do, or somehow I got involved in a recitation of Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech, and I had to memorize that,
Okay.
and I had to recite that. So at this time, I hadn't, I was a kid, you know what I mean? But I loved the way that the words sounded, and I loved the power and just what words could communicate, you know what I mean?
Correct.
And so when I got into hip hop, it accelerated it, you know what I mean? Because at that point, it was about, finding ways to craft and say things and deliver messages that would resonate, you know what I mean?
No, that makes a lot of sense, man. Yeah, that says a lot about your style. That's why you're so wordy, because you came in understanding that this
words.
is what. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
So let me look here, man. I got some notes here for you, brother.
Fresh. Dope. So yeah, because we didn't talk about like what we were gonna.
Nah,
Other than we talked offline about like some other stuff. We were talking about like tech stuff, which was super
when I
intriguing.
talk to real cats, man, I don't think they need to prepare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
sure.
you're one of those brothers that I don't need to
Prep like that.
Yeah, prep it like that, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
I already know you. I know how you flow. I know how you think. So, that's because I had a whole list I was going to send you, but I was like, this dude ain't even going to look at it, man. He's too busy, man.
I would have looked at it. If you had sent me a list, I would have looked at it. But I kind of do, like, and this is maybe it's just the MC part of me, but I kind of appreciate, like, I don't know what you're going to ask me, but I know that we're just going to.
And it creates a certain energy, too, man. So because we just flow. We build off each other.
Exactly.
That's how it is when we talk on the phone, man.
Right.
I wish we could that last conversation. I wish we were recording that, man.
Yeah.
But
we kind of went in because we were talking about artificial intelligence and where people are on each side of the argument, and the round table that was had there with the brother from Diary of the CEO.
Were you able to
the different tech?
Were you able
Not
to
all
fall
of
in
it.
some of that?
I absorbed a lot of it, and I got to the point where I was like, so the only one that had any like from a cautionary perspective, he was the one that was making the most sense to me, because it was like, we're just given the keys and to and we don't know what that's going to cause and how that's going to fundamentally change humans, like how we interact with each other, beyond the job creation and job loss, reality.
You want to trip out on something real quick, man?
Oh, let's go.
I want to play this for you, man. You ever heard of not the word, but the movie Space Odyssey?
Yes. Yeah.
Check this out real quick, man. Check this out.
You read me, Hal? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me. And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Yeah.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Dave, although you took very thorough precautions in the pod against my hearing you, I could see your lips move.
I was reading the lips, dude. It's crazy. That's crazy. Hal 9000 was
All right, Hal.
lip reading.
I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Check this.
Without your space helmet, Dave, we're going to find that rather difficult.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore. Open the doors.
Dave, this conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
Wow.
Hal?
See? That's what we're going towards. And I'm not an alarmist, but I am like, that's crazy. Yeah. We don't even know the doors that we're kind of opening up for it. And I use it just like everybody else does.
Yeah.
And there are different things that I use it to deploy and, do different things. But I mean, yeah.
We're there already, brother. Like some of those conversations I was having with you, I got hip to it when I started doing the audiobook. I didn't really understand it until the audiobook. I didn't understand how powerful it was. But then, as you know, I am an electrician by trade.
Right.
So I went to work a job up in Reno, and I was working this job. I don't want to say the name because, you know, it was
Right.
supposed to be.
Right. Yeah.
But this data center was on a street in Reno where all the big players are putting up data centers, Microsoft, Google, everybody, right? So that was the first thing that was weird to me. Like, why is everybody on the same street, right?
Yeah.
So then working there, of course, we're under, you know, security. We can't, you know, be taking pictures, blah, blah, blah. But which is normal with some of the projects I work on because they're ahead of the move. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, but what I found interesting was, you know, this whole data center had these big, massive pipes that was to cool the system, water cool.
That's
it
right.
needed water to cool it
because it's using so much energy to
and all these
process everything.
So they need water to cool it, right? So as I wasn't really, you know, that was just like, okay, it needs water to cool it, whatever, right? But as I started really studying the whole move of the AI thing, I understood that it needs fresh water. First off, it's not any water; it needs fresh water to cool. Okay. So then I put the pieces together. This street that I was working on is right in line with a river.
Whoa. So now we're getting into environmental stuff.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
So I was just like, I mean, I don't know, but doesn't that kind of make sense, man? It's like, oh, okay, is this why it's all on the street? It's just, it's a trip, man. So this whole, it's crazy where we're at, man. And
it is. And it makes me think of, like, so that one is placed in near a river, right? Up in Reno, or out in Reno. Right. And then there's one that's like a data center that's somewhere in, I want to say it's in Mississippi, or it's in an area where it's heavily populated by Black folks, right? And so it's interesting that, like, it's happening there too, you know what I mean, where the environmental effects are kind of,
they can do what they're not regulated.
Exactly.
They're
and
not
they can
regulated.
Do what they want to, and they figure where it's, you know, in those areas, you know, no one's gonna care or be able to do anything about it, and that's, you know, that it brings up a whole lot of other ethical concerns.
A lot of ethical concerns,
you know what I mean?
And what's a trip is just it not being regulated and it being so ahead that people don't know what's going on. It's almost like they sneaking in your house, homie. And you know,
it's kind of,
by the time you figure out they in your house, it's like
it's too late. It's too late. They're already in your crib.
So So the AI thing is deep, man. I'm gonna one of these.
That's like a whole other show. That's like a whole other,
brother.
Because
we could talk for hours on that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But I really want to give you your flowers, man, because you put in a lot of work, man. So in saying that, I would like to know since, you know, you're like an onion, man. You're like an onion. You have all these layers to you. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Because I'm watching you, man, and I see what you do. You know, I want you to tell the people, though. I know what you do, but I want you to explain it to people. So
Sure.
I want to start off by asking you, what is your passion?
Ultimately, music. Ultimately, music and connecting with people through music. That's,
so would you say you music and then you rhyme?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I'm okay. So I should start by also saying that I'm a drummer by trade. Like, you're an electrician by trade, I'm a drummer by trade. So, and I've been
So you
full
started
time.
off before you did anything. It was drums first.
Yes, sir.
In music wise,
Yeah.
music wise.
And
Before
music,
you wrote
yes.
a
And music.
rhyme, before you did
Yeah.
anything, it was you were
5
already
years old. 5 years old. There's a picture of me and at my grandmother's house, and there was a little toy drum set, and she's behind me on a toy guitar. And I think my dad took a picture, and I was playing this little toy drum set. I don't know if they just saw me beating on pots and pans prior to getting me that, but that's where everything started. You know what I mean? I didn't even own my own drum set until like way later. I got my start playing in the church. You know what I mean? Like a lot of musicians, and it's simply because drums are an expensive instrument. You know what I mean? Most instruments are, but like drums in particular are fairly expensive typically, and I didn't have access to them outside of worship contexts. So anytime I was around a drum set, it was because they were in a church. So that was where I honed. That's where I learned. That's where I learned, honed the gift. I mean, the only lesson that I had was it was on Oahu. There was one brother who tried to teach me the rudiments, and I found it, and it was crazy because I found it boring because I wanted to get to the breaks that I was hearing on tapes, and because at this time this is like we're talking 80s. You know what I mean? I'm already at the point of like I want to play this. I want to play funky drummer. I want to play the breaks where I'm like, because when I got enough information, they're like, oh, this is where that drum line came from. Oh, this is where that came from. Oh, this is Impeach the President. Oh, this the Honey Drippers. Like these are, you know what I mean? I wanted to learn those breaks. I didn't know the names of the original, breaks at the time. I just knew the hip hop songs that sampled them. You know what I mean? So I just knew, okay, these drums came from this. I want to learn, where are the drums from Big Daddy Kane's Raw come from? You know what I mean? Like, I need to know how to play that. You know what I mean? So that was the, yeah.
What was interesting when I started finding that out was, when I met you, you was just an MC. I didn't even know you played the drums, man. As time went on, and I'm like,
and I was, that's crazy because I was still playing them, but I wasn't playing outside of the walls of a church. I was only.
It was like a shocker to me when I saw you getting down on the drums. I was like, what? When did this? Is this a hobby he picked up? What is this? So I guess it's safe to say that is your passion. And then
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then it bled into hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the same with my love of words, it accelerated it. You know what I mean? Like right. It's accelerated it and it deepened it and gave it kind of a different focus, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, because at that point it was about me learning how to play what I heard. And that was always the thing. And that's how I learned. Like to this day, I haven't had like a real formal, I've never had a drum teacher. Like I don't have, and that's
my next question. I was wondering,
kind of a teacher,
kind of a
shame
if
to
you
say,
knew how to read and all that.
Yeah, I'm like I go through periods of time where I'm like trying to teach myself to read. And I did have one theater gig that a drummer subbed out, and I took the gig, and I sat with a really dope jazz drummer in San Diego. His name is Richard Sellers, who sat down with me and kind of gave me a crash course in how to read, how to sight read on a chart. Because I had to read the chart for this theater piece. It was like the North Coast Repertory Theater. Their showing of Baby, I think it was. But anyhow, they gave me the music, so I had it, auditorily. I had it on CD, but I was trying to follow along and read the charts. So I had to, but I needed help with that. So that was the one other like actual lesson I had, but it was specifically in sight reading and chart, not reading a chart and drum notation. And I still like, that's still my kind of my Achilles heel, unfortunately, but that's the one thing that so yeah, in answering that question, I don't read, but I'm like, I can see some things and I can kind of pick some things out.
Yeah. Cause that's what detoured me, man. I was in love. I'm in love with the drums as well. And,
Yeah.
That's when the whole reading thing, I just got lazy with it. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
man, we're gonna come back to that, man. I want to talk about Future Shock.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
My crew.
Your crew. Because that's when I met you. It's in San Diego at a gig I was doing out there.
Yep.
I think it was me and Brainwash Projects.
That was Oceanside. That was more than likely that was the Vineyard in Oceanside. And that church isn't there anymore. It's in a business park area. But that was, it was you and Brainwash. And
I had
Feel
DJ
Like Journey
Trippin'.
was...
I had DJ Trippin' with me, DJ.
Man.
That was the first time we rocked with him, rest in peace.
That's right.
And it was all break beats. We were rocking on all break beats. It was a dope set, man. Yeah.
That's just,
But yeah, so
when I think about it,
yeah, man. So this album, Remember the Future. What was that? 1996.
That was 96.
1996.
When that released.
On Brainstorm Artists International. We were labeled when this album was out. Yeah. So then after that, y'all came with this. Focused.
Yeah.
Now was this independent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at the time we were just trying to have stuff come out. That ended up, because at that point we were, let's see, when Focus came out, stay focused. I'm trying to remember the hook to kind of put me back in the time frame when we did that. I feel like that was in between projects. Because after Remember the Future, we at that point we had founded Tunnel Rats with LPG, James Worthy, Zane, Dirt, so at that point we and Peace and Peace 586, obviously.
Right.
Not obviously, Peace 586. Both you and Peace are like my OGs, you know what I'm saying? So
Amen.
Having said that, I just want to get that out the way. Soup, you're my OG. Thank you. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So then who put this out though? Which one of you guys were the brainchild to go independent and put this out there? Because this was about the time where, a lot of cats was just putting out their own stuff. Or did you have a backer on this one?
That one, I don't think we had a backer on that. I feel like we did something through mp3.com at that time, but it wasn't like there wasn't
mp3.com. Really, dog? You just took it back like that?
Yeah, dude. That wasn't that. Yeah.
MySpace, all them joints.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All the old websites and like ways to get music out there. Yeah.
So then, Focused. Now this is was an interesting album right here.
Oh, you're getting to. Yes, you were on this album. That was Future Shock, The Art of Xenos. Yeah, Entertaining Aliens.
I'm glad you said that because I could never pronounce it correctly. I know it's a Greek word, Xenos.
Yeah. It's where we get xenophobia from. But
I was going to ask you about, because there's a couple meanings to Xenos. And
break it down for folks. Break it down for people.
It's like, what, stranger?
Alien. Stranger. Foreigner, yeah.
I don't know what other meanings it could take on, but what meaning did you guys mean in this?
Foreign, alien. Like we were big into the whole thing of, and looking at it from like to a couple approaches. Like aliens, the subtitle of the record is the Art of Xenos, Entertaining Aliens. The idea of like you may be entertaining angels unaware. It was like that whole thing. There's a biblical context to that part of it, and so that was where Xenos came from. Entertaining aliens or entertaining angels, because we were always intrigued with it. Like it was a study kind of a thing. It was like there's matters of faith, obviously, and then there's also matters of, I don't know what that is, so let's study it and let's talk about it while we're learning it and
Correct.
going through it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's a trip
So,
is,
yeah.
not to cut you off, but your whole crew was on this wordsmith tip. I mean, how did you guys even come together? Because all of you guys were very wordy and had a supreme vocabulary, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that we all kind of found each other through various circles. Like before Future Shock, I was in a duo called UDP, Up to Date Profits. I know. So
Up to Date Profits. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Other fun fact, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so you guys didn't go to school together, nothing like that.
No, we met later. Like I was like Red and Ajax are brothers.
Correct.
DJ Traykel, he stayed with them. He was a part of another crew at the time when we met as well. Was it Poetic Apostles? And so my crew, my duo UDP, it was like we were all kind of hanging around each other. It was like the same
like a clique kind of
dudes.
Yeah. Kind of like the TRs, the tunnel rat thing, just kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, prior to, you know what I mean? So it was like we were all hanging out and we all were fans of the same type of stuff. And then, and not just in music, like we were kind of nerds, you know what I'm saying? Like we're talking Star Wars stuff, you know what I mean? We're talking, books and ill comedy stuff, like other things that kind of like tied us together. And hip hop was like the biggest thing that was like, the glue. And over time, we would just be doing shows and doing things, and certain people would, for various reasons, like it wasn't a priority to make music anymore, and it was for us. And it became a thing where, Red and Ajax, they were a duo, and they, were like, why don't we just ask Trace if he wants to be in the crew, you know what I mean? And
that's dope.
At that time, my wife at the time we were dating, my girl was like, so these cats, like, they want me to join the crew. Like, what do you think I should do? You know what I mean? That kind of a thing, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a no-brainer because my duo at the time was kind of dissolving, and I saw myself at the time as more of a group artist.
Okay.
I was more comfortable
kind of wanted
being
to be in a group. Okay.
Yeah. I was more comfortable being in a crew, in a group.
I just tripped out the way
team
you guys,
sports, having done bands. You know what I mean? Like that was always a part of my like creative output and dynamic. I always thought like, oh, I'm supposed to be in a group. You know what I mean?
I just tripped out how you guys meshed together lyrically. It was just, you guys were all on that.
Yeah.
That vocabulary tip, and it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Thank you, man. It was always fresh to us to use words that weren't used typically in a rhyme.
So who came up with the title of that album? Right there?
This one was Red Bones, aka
see that dude, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He was always because once I kind of met you guys and started building with Trip, because he's from San Diego. Man, countless times I was staying the night at Red Bone's house. So, that was like the hangout.
Yes, exactly. And that's how we learned. That's another reason why I was like, we remember the future got made because of you. I like to say, because I remember there's a session I remember. Well, you're a big part of the reason why it got made, but I remember a session where you taught Ajax how to use the MPC.
Man, you going way.
I remember we were at the green room, because I remember there was a loop, because at the time, I mean, we were going from, I was going from pause loop tapes, right, to cassette decks, and the stereo component system with the auto reverse,
right?
But going from that to a 4-track recorder with an 8-second sampler. You know what I mean? And then freaking that out. And then graduating from that to then getting a drum sheet. Yeah, dude. So by the time we realized, what an MPC was, like, oh, this is what this is. and we got to see you. I remember there was a loop, and you were teaching Ajax how to freak it on the MPC, and that was like, for me, it was like, it's a core memory. I still remember it to this day. This is like 1993, 94, because we were driving up to go to the green room to, record, yeah, man. Yeah, rest in peace,
right
Gene
there,
Eugene,
bro.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's deep, man.
But,
yeah, I always wondered if you guys went to school and all that. So I thank you for breaking that down, man. So then,
yeah.
after this album, y'all hit us with this, man. You remember this one?
Let's go. The EPs, yes, sir. That was around the time, the tail end of the Art of Xenos into the EP era of our stuff is when my beats started getting picked. Like I felt like I was getting to a point where, because Ajax was making the majority of the beats, and so was Trey Kell. And
that's whose name
Ajax
I saw
mostly, and then Trey. Yeah. Our DJ Trey Kell drama. That dude over there by the 12s. But he was Ajax was making the majority of stuff. But on Xenos is when my beats started getting picked. So I did like Pen Chant with Brainwash, and then Little Bit with Capture, who we later added it to the lineup of the MCs in Future Shock. And through Rain Dance, because at that time I was playing in an Afro-Cuban or Latin jazz band called Black Mamba.
Look at this guy.
And I was like, can I get my musicians to play on this? I'll program the break. Yeah. I just want y'all to play over this. And so that's how we made Rain Dance. But so Fisheye, that was all the majority, my production, and then Ajax, and then we had Cookbook from LA Symphony on one of those as well. But yeah,
I was tripping off the features you had on some of them joints, man. I literally, when preparing to interview is when I don't know how I missed that album, man. I had never heard it. And
this one, Fisheye, this project?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a fun one for us, because it was like, yeah, we were having fun. I was in my bag then. I was using the MPC 2000 XL. I figured out some things, and so when I did Fisheye, I was like, I think I unlocked a new level. Like I got somewhere with this. So I was hype about that.
Yeah,
pretty proud of that.
So then, of course, we got to go to your crew, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this was actually the project that you were talking about after Remember the Future.
That's right.
This is the project you guys worked on.
Yeah.
I always wondered, where did you guys record this album, man?
That was recorded at the Green Room.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that was recorded at the Green Room.
That's dope.
And this was around the time
I just was never invited. That is dope.
That's cold. You were like, sick invite, homie.
I didn't know that, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Different set. And I think obviously the stuff was written all over the place, but like the vocals were tracked.
So was that process, I mean, with that many cats, was it kind of how did you guys pick who's going to come in? And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Was it a structured thing, or it's just like, yo, let me do this verse right here, or let me put this right here, or
oh man,
Sojourn come in on this right here after me.
Right. If memory serves me correctly, Piece 586 was making the beats, and it was kind of how I think at that point, Dax, who went by Theory, was kind of delegating who was going to go where.
He was calling the shots on that. Cool.
Yeah.
No, it has to be some type of structure, or it could be all over the place.
It could be just mayhem and chaos, and nothing will get done.
Yeah.
Like somebody has to, take the reins or be at the helm. But it was mostly him in terms of the creation of the tunes on those sessions. Like we would have joints that we picked, you know what I mean? Like Broken Life, which was Future Shock's song on there, and then Corner Chronicles, which was Future Shock's other song on there. which I was like super proud of because I found out later that AC Alone from Freestyle Fellowship, he liked Corner Chronicles on that. And I was like, yeah, that's my crew.
Heck yeah, man.
But yeah.
Then y'all come with Tunnel Vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that album cover, man, is a trip, man. That's I love some graffiti, man. And
dude.
Do you know who did that?
Frustrated. I think that I want to say it was Frustrated. Was the graph artist who did that one? Who did that cover art on that? I think.
Now this album, I never really even knew about it, man.
Mm-hmm. Self-titled, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was I think James Worthy was like some big part of the creation of that particular record, of the self-titled album.
Now, were all of these recorded at the Green Room?
No.
Okay.
The Tunnel Vision project was recorded at a studio in Whittier called the Rat Hole.
Oh, you know what? I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of when y'all linked up with KRS-One as well, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That was around 06 was around that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that joint, man.
Yeah. Did the beats for a whole project. I've submitted some. Like I submitted some beats, and the ones that I submitted, because I only have them on like a CD, so I have proof that happened. But they didn't make that KRS album. But that's a whole other story.
What were you working back with? What were you working with back then?
At that point, a MPC 2000 XL.
Okay, you had an XL. Okay, yeah, that was
had an XL
machine,
and
man.
Yeah, the XL with at that point with the zip drive, the SCSI port, the zip drive, 250 megabytes of discs.
I got
still have a stack of those.
Man, I need to go through them joints, man.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
some nice sounds on them joints, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So then, all of this is going on, and you just kind of pop out with this, man. In 09.
That was, yes, sir. That was the
like
solo
5 years
debut
later, right?
album. Mm-hmm.
So was the Tunnel Rats really not active at that part, and you just was like, man, let me keep it moving?
No, I think what was happening at that part was we were all working on other projects, and so at that time, this is around 06, 07, 08, 09. So there was a period of time where there was an auxiliary crew, if you will, called Foot Soldiers.
I remember that.
And so I was involved with that, you know what I mean, on a few songs. KRS was on a few songs, you know what I mean? And those things, they lived elsewhere, you know what I mean? Because that was going through another, conduit or distribution, you know what I mean? I want to say that was Antagonist Records or something like that. I think that was the label at that point for that project. But so that was happening, you know what I mean? And then at the same time I had met Braille from Lightheaded from
Braille
Portland.
is which this album came on his label.
Yeah, Hip Hop is Music. That was a good era. Yeah, Hip Hop is Music.
Yes, man, and this was a good album, man. You had a lot of dope producers. And I didn't even know you was rocking with Theory Has It like that. And Oh No is on there. I'm like, what? Sojourn was coming with it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
trying to, man. That was a blessing.
As we were discussing, unfortunately, the label kind of disappeared.
Yeah, label. Yeah.
Whatever.
Right after that album.
Right after this album, so it didn't really get pushed like it should have been. And
so,
did you ever get out there and tour it though, or anything?
No, I did a few spot dates here and there.
Right.
And it was interesting because it was I remember furthest out I got was somewhere in Arizona. I did a gig in Yuma, and it was me, Propaganda, and who else was on that gig? I'm trying to remember. Dang, I don't know. I'm blanking on it now, but.
But how did it? Let me ask you this though: how did it feel? Because you mentioned earlier that you loved the group setting. How did it feel you like, yo, this is all me.
It
How did
was
it feel
interesting
to
because
you?
it was a huge like confidence booster. It was like letting me know like, oh, I can put together something that like I can curate something because it wasn't just all me. Like there are features on the project, right? Like
Yes.
I can't hold the you know the pride of doing the Nas thing and being like I had my first album had no
That's
guest
all
appearances,
you,
but
man.
like but
I still
I did.
consider that all you, man, because
Oh
you
man,
rock
thank you.
it.
Yeah, thank you. I did curate it. I will say that because I had my crew on there. I had Tunnel Rats on there. I had
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
the homie Big Rec from
Yeah. Yeah. You had a lot
formerly
of. I would
yeah.
like to encourage individuals checking out this serving. I don't call it podcast. I call them servings in the Super
Word
Bowl.
up.
Go check this album out, man. This album is dope, and it needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Timeless
Yeah,
material right there, brother. Yeah,
that's what's up. Thank you. That means a lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and you
that's
had
the
the
goal.
dreads, man. You got the dreads
Yeah,
right. I wish I had
yeah,
better picture of the dreads. But
yeah. Because now you know what I'm saying.
so then,
You
you know what I did find interesting though is that you did do that album,
know.
but then from there you kind of switched it up and started doing like beat albums and stuff.
Yeah, I think in San Diego, like we were heavy on like the beats. Um, I feel like early, you know what I mean? At the same time that LA was
Mm-hmm.
before it like really popped, you know what I mean? I was I was getting into a space where it was like people want to hear instrumental stuff more
Okay.
than they want to hear MCs.
And that's what
That's
gave
why
the
that's
birth
what
to
it
this
felt
right
like.
here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I did you know, did a deal with Elect to do a project and a beat tape. So I'm in the process of completing that beat tape.
Mm-hmm.
But that song, that song is on the EP, The Dark Room. That's the single from the Dark Room called Rise and Fall.
Boom, the
That was
dark room right
produced
there,
by
baby.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rise and Fall was produced by my homie DJ Shag,
Mm-hmm.
out of Oceanside. And interestingly enough, talking tech, like I want to say, I have to ask him, but I feel like he did that on he either did it on the MP or he did it on his phone. Because at that time, he was the first person to put me up on mobile music production.
Mobile
Into
music
yes,
production.
sir.
Put me up on
Yeah,
that.
this is a
I'm
whole
not
other,
really
yeah,
understanding.
dude. Ooh.
What is
This is the
mobile
truth.
music production?
So there are applications that can enable you to make music that will rival the stuff you get out of your home production studios or your pre-production studios and stuff. So my man DJ Shaq put me up into his Beatmaker 2 at the time. Beatmaker was the app, but a uh, Beatmaker and then Beatmaker 2 was the app. And it's basically like having an MPC in your phone, which is nuts.
Say what?
You know, it's the same thing as if you're sampling from whatever sample source you're sampling from, like vinyl, CD, cassette, like the way that we came up making beats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, it's in this digital realm, it's all about what is your input source. You know what I mean? If your input source is clean, then it's gonna bang when you're playing
Exactly.
that. And
So
it's
are these
easier.
those cats I be seeing like editing on a plane and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's
The app that I swear by now, that's like the new. I don't want to say the new because it's been out for a little bit, but the app that I use a lot is called Koala Sampler, and it enables me to kind of get my ideas out.
man.
Oh, dude! So that's a whole nother convo that we'll probably have offline because I think we're going to get into some inside baseball type of talk. But I mean, if people are tuning into this, you know, show, then I think they want to know about production stuff. I would hope.
Oh, most definitely.
As well
man.
as the
It's
the
the Soup Bowl,
lyricism
man. It's the soup.
Exactly, all of the things,
All
you know
of
what I'm
that
saying?
mulligan stew.
Yeah, yeah, dude, heck yeah, heck yeah.
You know, it's a trip
Yeah.
though. It just came to me how you were saying earlier about the whole watching me do beats on the MPC, blah, 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 right? And now I remember when I started coming back into creating and putting stuff out to make myself relevant again, I had bought that drum machine. What was it? The M2K. I can't even remember.
The Machina.
Yeah, the machine.
From Native Instruments. Yeah, from Native Instruments. Yeah, I was working with them for a bit.
Oh, you were a master on that joint.
Oh, thank you, dude.
And when I got it, so it just stagnated my workflow because it was so. First off, it was overwhelming with all the stuff I could do. Right. Because of the era we're from, we couldn't. I mean, it's unlimited. It's unlimited.
Exactly.
All you need is thought and idea. And I remember, I was like, man, I literally was about to take it back. like,
I'm glad you didn't.
I remember that's when I hit you.
Oh, that's right.
And you basically told me. So it was like, came right back to me, man. What you said, I did. You poured into me with that.
Oh man, that's fresh. Dude.
That's fresh, yo. It's real fresh. Yeah. And I remember that, man. When you were talking right now, it just reminded me how much I leaned on you for that machine, man. And thank you for that, brother.
Yeah, man. You're welcome. I'm glad to do it, man. Because that's another passion. Like that's the connecting with people through music type of thing. You know what I mean? If you can get your ideas out, or if I can help you get your ideas out, that's everything. So
now let me ask you this, man.
Go ahead.
In your production, because we're looking at production here, you kind of like started leaning on, I guess, that passion more than rhyming. It seemed like.
Yeah, I went through a season where it was like that was where I was putting a lot of my focus because I felt like, do I even have anything else to say anymore, or is anybody listening? Does anybody care? You know what I mean?
Now you being a drummer, of course you're gonna go to it.
Yeah.
Do you find more pleasure out of drumming or working with the drum machine?
That is a great question. I think that probably it's interesting. Like if I'm doing one more than the other, like I'll say that. Like as of right now, I'm in a season where I'm doing a lot of gigs. Like I'm getting calls and I'm the calendar's filling up, kind of a thing.
Yes.
And so I'm doing a lot of drum gigs. So I'm connecting more with people and connecting more just like with source and with just being able to do stuff via the drums. You know what I'm saying? So that is probably, where my attention and time are going right now.
Right.
But to answer the question, I still love getting down on the drum machine too, and I'll show you too, because it'll peel your wig, and I'll show you can do some of the same things that you used to do on an MP, on your tablet, and on your phone. It's nuts.
Crazy, man.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's crazy where we're at, man. But man, your passion for drumming, man.
Oh, for sure.
It's deep, brother. And we were discussing about, cats rhyming while they drum. And you were telling me that there's other dudes that do it. Yeah. But you were like the first real MC. I seen Anderson .Paak do it, but you're different because, you're an MC, and the way, I don't know how you can, concentrate on your flow and it's deep to me watching you do that. Is that an easy thing to do, or does it come natural for you, or did you have to kind of practice at that? Because I find it amazing, man. It's like watching dudes play the bass and sing. It's like
that is a different type of brain.
I mean?
Like, because you have to separate your brain to play melody.
Well, I feel the drums is the same thing, man.
There's a similar thing, but I think I've been doing it so long that it's second nature, and I have to challenge myself to freestyle to do it, because that's what really challenges me. When I'm reciting a written, it's kind of easy because it's
really
just a matter of it's
so
weird.
you're literally separate because you're here and
yeah.
you gotta you know
Yeah,
you gotta remember
as long as I
your
remember the
lyrics. You
lyric.
gotta
Exactly. That's the thing that's difficult now at my big age is like remembering the lyrics.
Okay.
How does the verse start?
Right.
And then not, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. But
Deep,
once I get that, like I'm off to the races.
See, I'm thinking about the
right,
and then to try to rhyme on top of it, man, that's deep.
Yeah.
Man. You know what, man? I want to show you this real quick, brother. Since you are a drummer, let's check this dude out, man. This is my little tribute to some dope drummers, man. Because you know, like I said, I started off on the drums.
Yeah, dude, that was a moment for me because I didn't know that, and then it was like, oh, it makes so much sense with how you put your stuff together and how you make your beats.
So, have you ever heard of this cat, Buddy Rich?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Buddy Rich is, he's one of the ones.
He's a monster, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you something real quick.
I remember this one. Yeah, this was nuts. Took it.
Come on, man.
It was like storytelling and unbridled fury on the kid, just like all of it.
Keep this out, though. Watch what he do right here.
Oh.
Right here.
Yeah, he's killing.
Watch how he grabs it, though.
Yeah. Choking it, yeah. Oh, yeah, playing it with
Come on, man.
Yeah,
This dude.
That was nuts. I remember that. I remember going, yeah. I'm glad you showed this to me. I haven't seen this in a while. This was crazy. Yeah, that was cold. Because he played traditional grip, so it was like,
sick, right?
Ridiculous.
Buddy Rich.
Yeah. So many techniques.
Man.
Ooh. So good.
Come on, man.
Killing. Yeah, man. storytelling, like cooking and then simmering and then bringing it back up.
Man, I knew you could appreciate this, dog.
So good.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah. Just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. Nobody like it.
You know, that cat used to battle hit dudes, man.
Gene Krupa. Yeah, there was one of the churches I played at a long time ago. Somebody was telling me, like, they were paying me a compliment, and they were like, "Yeah, Buddy Rich," and I was like, "Whoa," because I was playing on a Gretsch kit, and he played Gretsch at one point, but. I was like, that's kind of crazy. But then they were like, have you heard of the drum battle between him and Gene Krupa? And I was like, what? And that was insane.
I didn't even know Cass was battling like that, man. We got to get a drummer some, man.
Straight
we
up.
got to get a drummer some, man.
Straight up.
So since we talking about drummers, man, you know, that's a passion. And bring some cats up, man. You hip to this cat right here?
Yes, sir.
So I think he's responsible for the brush in jazz.
I didn't know that.
Nobody was doing it until they was peeping this dude. They was following the kids.
I knew he was a father of a lot of stuff, but I didn't realize that. That's crazy.
That's him. Yeah.
Joe Jones, man, master drummer, man. Oh yeah, Billy Cobham, hands down, all time.
That's your all time. Elton Jones was one of them. Coltrane, man. That dude was sick, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Elton Jones is one.
Now this
Blakey, another one.
Yes, all of these cats is just. Yeah. I got them right here. You see that? They all up in this collection, bro. This cat right here, though.
Oh yeah, he's another animal. Like he's a. Stuart Copeland for the Police, is one of those guys where I was like, he was doing stuff. I was like, how are you?
You can hear the Caribbean influence on big time. I would really like to know who he studied.
Right.
Because,
when
he would play, man, he said, I thought it was a black dude. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. You would think, You're thinking, they found a reggae dude. They found a Jamaican brother.
He was just so in his pockets. It's just he would go way out of pocket and come back in, and it fit. It was just like, yo, did he just? No, he didn't mess up because of the way he's deep.
Yeah, because the way he thought of time. That's kind of how I think of, and this is modern drummer stuff, but that's kind of how I think of like Chris Dave. You know what I mean? Chris Dave. The kind of dude, like. The way that he manipulates time or makes you think he's manipulating time, which is like, oh, that's offbeat. No, it's not. It's in there. It's in there. It's out of where you think it should land, but it's. So I love that kind of stuff.
So you know me. I'm a big jazz head. I love jazz.
Yeah.
And this drummer right here, of course, is from my favorite group of all time. All time, brother.
Okay, let's see.
Jazz Crusaders. Sticks Hopper, dog.
What? Yeah, dude. Sticks, yeah.
Come on, man.
Hooper. Yeah, Jazz Crusaders, yeah.
Yeah, let me get his name right, Hooper.
Yeah,
man, so, we had to give the drummers some right there, man.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate that.
I appreciate your love for the drums and just watching you get down, man. It's really a blessing to watch you rhyming while you drumming, man. Don't stop that, man. That's a serious thing.
No, never. Yeah, and now I figured I'd lean into it because I was like, there aren't many of us in hip hop that can do it. You know what I mean? And do it well.
An art,
so,
man. If I ever go on a tour and I can afford it, I'm bringing you, man. We're gonna do that. But man, I want to bring it back because you got a lot of, like I said, you got a lot of stuff going on. You got I know there's some open mics you've been doing, and what is that? What are you doing, man? Well, talk to the people.
So
man.
that was okay. So one of my clients that I help You know, he books me for, you know, helping rehearse tunes that he wants to
Look,
get
not
ready
to
for the
cut you off,
studio.
but to give people understanding, all this is taking
Oh.
place in the San Diego area, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So I live in the North County of San Diego,
Okay,
and
break us
one
up
of my
with that.
clients,
What's going on?
yeah. So one of my clients, who interestingly enough, used to MC, and he was a writer. He used to write graph, and so still paints. But anyhow, he is getting back into or re-releasing music, and so he reached out to me because I did some session work for him some years ago, and he just hit me up and was like, "Hey," he wanted to start, you know, playing some of the music that he had been workshopping and rehearsing at different places, and so did a couple of open mics with him where we would go down to San Diego. There are different ones at different locations, and this one most recently was at a spot called Vinya in kind of Claremont Mesa area in San Diego, um, where it's a wine bar and yoga studio, and so it's a cool little spot, restaurant kind of a thing, cool vibe. But they hosted an open mic called Spotlight, and he was hosting it with another guy, Nelson, and I went to be just to support him and to, you know, drum for him for his set. And I ended up being the house drummer. So it was one of those things where it was like open mic, and you get everybody who's like, "Wait, I want to play with that guy," you know?
Right,
So it was cool, you know?
Bringing that flavor
Yeah,
on it.
comes up and yeah, dude, you know, because you get, you know, all types at an open mic, you know, singer-songwriters who just come up with their guitar, and, you know, they're just coming up with their guitar and their voice, you know what I mean? And whatever they're doing. And I'm like, well, I'm already here, so here we go, you know what I mean?
That's dope, man. So this is not
so
just a place for cats to freestyle. It's any talent can get up there and get down with all you guys.
Yeah, this was multiple genre, and because I was there, I was kind of starting to feel it. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and do a quick little two selection type of thing, and then I'm done or whatever. But it was cool, man. It was cool, and they were like, "Oh, we would love to have more hip hop in here." I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
So now
You got
this
me
is
now, so.
so now this is something that takes place every week, or
This was, I think they're trying
because I
it out.
keep
That
seeing
was
you
the
doing
second time.
beats and
So that is my event. So
Okay.
that is, I'm glad you asked about that. So that's a different event. I do an event called Beats and Bars.
beats and bars.
Yes, sir.
I thought they were
Yeah,
the same, but this is totally different. This is what
Yeah.
did this bring about beats and bars?
No, this
No,
was
so
this
this
was
was
a no. This was just as a result of me working in the field. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my client who's working on his new project, he wanted to start doing open mics so he can, you know, like as an MC, you want to test out your stuff and make sure that it's, you know,
Yeah.
it connects. You know what I mean? And so this was the open mic, and he asked if I could, basically book it as a gig. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, sure.
Okay,
But
so
that
then
was
beats and
that
bars.
was Beats and Bars is my event that I do at the Soul Food Spot in Oceanside, California, North County, San Diego.
Y'all hear that?
Felix's
Beats
Barbecue
and
with Soul.
bars at a soul food joint. Continue, brother.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Come and get
Come
some
on,
soul food
man.
in more ways than one.
Man,
you
I
know?
need to, man, come on. I
Yeah,
need to visit,
yeah.
bro. So is
yeah.
this a weekly thing or
That's a monthly thing.
it's
That's
a
a monthly thing. Mm-hmm.
So once a month, beats and bars.
Yes, sir.
And how do
And it's-
people find out about it? Like,
So if you go to my website, which is sojournalistmedia.com, that is my website. I post my gigs there, and also my Instagram. I was late to the Instagram party, so Sojourn was taken by the time I got to Instagram, so it's Sojournalist.
so journalist.
Yes, sir.
I've been running the ticker for y'all
Yeah.
y'all that did.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
but-
So once a month in the San Diego area, beats and bars, ladies and gentlemen.
Live hip hop session
Live
with Sojourn.
hip hop session with my man Sojourn. Beats and bars.
Yes,
Get
sir.
familiar.
Yes, sir.
Now, right
Get
here,
bars, they say. Yeah.
your crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 albums in, and y'all just released something.
Yes, sir.
Now,
New project, Legacy.
Legacy. Now, is this only, make it clear to me, is this only on vinyl, or this is, you can get it outside of
Digitally,
that?
you can
Digitally?
so digitally you can get side A on streaming platforms right now.
Okay.
Side B will be available coming soon. That's going to be in August. It's soon enough.
Okay.
But side A, you got about 9 tracks, I believe it is, on side A, if I'm not mistaken, the way that we split the album up. But so on streaming, you can get half of the album. So it's a good chunk of the album. When you hear side B, it's gonna. I think if you like side A, you're gonna love side B. So I'll just say that.
Okay.
But it's
But
a
the whole
combination.
thing right now is available on vinyl.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
the
Whole thing is
digital is
available.
only side A and
Side
artists.
A. Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on y'all putting that out, man. It's been a minute.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
You know, question I have for you, man. Do you write to teach or to entertain? Or both?
At different times, sometimes both. I came in with a strong emphasis on teaching before I knew, like the way that I was taught is that you're teaching when you write, and it was just kind of ingrained in me when I started really trying to write raps. Like I was always trying to illustrate something or show people something, so that and entertaining was just happened to be how I delivered it. I think what I mean. But the more just the more I grow as a lyricist and as a writer, I try to do both. You know what I mean? And for me first, and then to be like once it's done and it's out, then it's everybody's, and whatever you get from it is what you get from it. But I know that like what I put into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
hope I answered the question there.
Yeah. So you do write to teach, but not. But you don't approach it like that. You just, it's something that's in you. It comes out. Am I?
Yes.
If I understand that correctly.
Yeah, for sure.
And that,
ladies
and gentlemen, explains legacy. Yeah, in a way it does, right?
Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's definitely a strong teaching element in it, because I think that after you've lived some life, you know what I mean, you have experience, under your belt, and you have a wealth, a wealth of knowledge and experience and dare I say wisdom that you can pull from to share when you write. You know what I mean? And that's what I try to do. And above all, with that, just being honest about where I'm at while I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's always been a passion of mine, man. Even though I try to just rhyme, it's not a part of me. I have to teach. I just have to teach, man. It's just my whole goal is to I guess when I'm writing, I try to camouflage the teaching part of it.
Yeah.
So that you will gravitate to it, because people don't like to be taught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they will be taught.
Yeah.
So if you package it correctly, it's received.
Yeah.
In a different way. And so that's always been my goal. So I always wanted to ask you that, man, because you being, the vocabularian. I'm gonna take that and run with it for the rest of my days. I always wanted to know how you approached your projects. So yeah. Well, anything else you want to lay on the people, my brother?
Definitely.
Y'all see the ticker right there.
Yes, sir. Follow me on Instagram, Sojournalist. My website is sojournalistmedia.com. um, services I provide. You know what I mean? If you want to support, I do have beat tapes. I can do custom production. I do voiceover work. And I have on
Even
my
though I
website
couldn't get
right
you for the
now.
voiceover, but go ahead.
Oh man. Well, sick invite, brother. You didn't invite me for that.
Right?
I noticed.
Nah, I know.
You trying to get me back because I didn't invite you to the tunnel rat sessions? Like,
You know, the funny thing though is when we did discuss it, and the whole AI thing came back.
yeah.
Is I know your time was you know what I'm saying, it's just the time was weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I remember you mentioning, man, if I would have known really what you were doing, you know, I would have blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
heck yeah.
I'm saying all that to say, you're part of the reason I went to AI.
Oh man, I don't know if I should how to feel about
How
it.
you feel about it, right?
Like, is it because I could? You know, that's funny. That's
Nah,
funny.
nah. It was a
funny.
collective. People were just busy, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't, you know. And plus, they don't know what you're doing, what's going on.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
you know, I didn't have time to wait and try to explain
Yeah.
it. So that's when I
Yeah.
was introduced to the AI thing. But I know you, my brother, man, and you got me, and I
Yeah,
lean on
man.
you all the time, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. Also, in line with that, on my website, I do have I started a blog. I need to pick it back up and do some more teaching because I do show cats how to use the mobile production app that I've been using right
I
now.
remember you
Koala
talking
Sampler.
about doing those and doing tutorials, man.
Yeah, dude.
On the
Yeah,
drum
for that
machines, right?
and on machine. Yeah. Because I think that there is a market for,
Oh, it's
or there's
definitely a market.
a segment of hip hop, you know, production
And
community that's like is going from where we came from. You know what I mean? Like
and what we
going
are,
from an
man, and
NPC.
what we are right now with all this,
Yeah.
it's perfect, man. I mean, this whole everything I'm doing right now, I learned from tutorials, and you know what I'm saying. And
Sure.
when you poured into me about that machine, I remember that's when you told me, yeah, see, I need to start this tutorial because you were teaching. You were my tutorial on the phone.
Yeah, man.
But then
Yeah.
once you
Yeah.
told me that, I was like, oh, wow, yeah, man. Let me go see if there's tutorials on this. And
Yeah. Because there were certain things that I was trying to, there were certain things that I was explaining to you, and then I realized I was like, well, it would probably work better
I couldn't catch
if
it.
I were able to show you, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And the things that were already on the internet that were available were out there. So I was like, okay, I'll point you in this direction. I can refer you here.
AJ
you know?
got beats. That's one dude that's
Word.
That's
Yeah.
who I tuned into. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude was like, anyway, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure. So yeah, sample packs. Well, if you want to support your man, I
Yes.
do drum loop sample packs because I'm a drummer by trade, and I figured that instead of, you know, sampling the same drum sounds from the same cats and sounding the same as everyone else, you can get some live drums from an actual drummer. That, you know, I did a whole series. Sojourn plays the breaks. You know,
Yes,
volume
I've been seeing
edition
that as
1,
well.
edition 2, edition 3. And so this is, you know, drums recorded in an actual studio, Pacific Beat recordings, you know, through, you know, got the nice signal processing, analog chain and everything.
See, brother,
I put that on my Instagram as well, so you can kind of see the signal chain.
this is why
Yeah.
I made the comment of you're like an onion with all these layers.
Oh, man.
So
Yeah.
we're going to go
Yeah,
through this
that makes
again.
sense. Yeah.
Beats and
Yeah.
bars.
Beats and bars. It's the live stuff. Come
Okay.
see me. Come get some bars. Come get some live lyricism in your life. Along with, and there's always the teaching element. It's so crazy that you brought that out. Is because I do this thing where I'm playing, you know, I go through eras, I go through jazz, I go through different genres of stuff that has been sampled by hip hop and how it relates and how it's inspired, you know, the stuff that we dig, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So we
so
got beats
there's
and
that.
bars, and then we
We got
have
beats and bars. We have my website, sojournalistmedia.com, where you can get the sample packs and drum
Sample
packs.
packs, drum packs.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. And not just regular, not just acoustic drums. I also did a cajon sample pack, cajon with it. So that's there as well. And I do have also my beat tape. I made a beat tape solely inspired by the joints I was playing out at Beats and Bars. I call it Beats and Bars, the tape, volume 1.
And all
Let's
this
see.
can be found at your website.
Yes, all these
And
things
on
can be found on my website.
social media.
Yeah.
So, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen,
exactly.
don't sleep on this dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna run this ticker one more time so y'all can see. His brother's deep. He's a true artist, and man, I love watching you blaze LA, man. I just see.
Oh man, that's the fun part because they don't know. Like it's like they don't know. Like some of them don't know. You know what I mean? But it's fun because I've been up to Project Bloat a handful of times.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
man.
Throughout the years,
You are officially a Bloatian, man.
which is kind of crazy, right? Like I didn't think that I would be, and then I get hit up from Ab to do Project Bloat anniversary. I'm like,
And it's so funny, man,
I'm
because
here
I didn't know you was rolling with that like that. And then I show up to their anniversaries, and I'm always seeing you rock. It's just dope, man. I love it.
yeah,
Man.
dude. Yeah, dude. It's rewarding too because it was like, heck yeah.
Yes. Man.
Heck
brother.
yeah, man.
Well, it's been a pleasure chopping it up with you in the bowl, man.
Yeah, man.
Some nice serving.
Man. I appreciate
man.
it. Thanks for having me break bread and share space in the Super Bowl, brother. I appreciate it.
Man. This is a lot of information, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow this brother, support his work. I'm gonna run the ticker one more time. It ain't hard. He ain't hard to find. And once you dig in, you'll see why I had him on the bowl, man.
Yeah.
So
yes, sir.
Blessings to you, my brother.
Thank you, man. Blessings likewise, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
I pray nothing but blessings upon you, my man.
Thank you,
Really
man.
appreciate
Likewise,
you,
man.
brother.
Thank you, man. Likewise, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. God bless you, man.
Bless you, bro.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my man Sojourn on the Super Bowl. I hope you enjoyed, and I want to encourage you to subscribe, share, like what we're doing over here, because I got many more to come. And yeah, we just gonna keep having fun with it, man. Throwing spices in the bowl, serving them up, man. So this whole thing was revolving around the book. Of course, my man Sojourn was on the last album with me, Orgasmic Arrangements, and had to get him in here. You know what I'm saying? This brother helped me a lot with what I'm doing and what I've done. And if you ain't hip to the book, that's it right there. Go grab this book. Go grab the audio version, which is out right now on Bandcamp. And just peep it out. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it. Yeah, I don't want to be too big-headed up in here, but I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it. So until next time, my friends. Where's it at? See you later. Super Bowl.